and welcome to another video. Today we're talking about what I want to take to Japan. What supplies do I want to take? What am I going to do? I still have no idea. I'm hoping that I'm going to work this out while I'm hanging out with you guys. I have my pink Delphonics pouch in the small size. Last time I went, I took the red one, which I got in the stationery selection box, but when I finally found the pink one in Japan, I actually gifted the small red one to Sian because red is her favorite color and I didn't need to. I still have my small yellow one somewhere, I think, probably, but I'm gonna take my pink one because it's just, I can't not. So I've kind of been tinkering around with ideas. I've put a few bits and pieces in and out. I have been testing pencils and things, and I'm pretty sure I've got some footage of that as well. Like, I've been testing a heap of colors and pens and markers and trying to work out exactly what I want to take and make sure that what I'm taking is decent. I had a whole heap of colored pencils all swatched out that it was ready to go, and then when I went to hang out with the girls on the weekend, I chucked everything, and I mean I kind of went rogue because I was panicky. I chucked everything in here and now everything's a mess and I have to kind of start all over again because I don't actually remember what I was taking and what I was almost to the point where I was ready to go with all my swatches. I'd done them all. I'd worked out which pens would go, which ones would stay, and then I messed it all up by just chucking everything in several pouches to go to Sam's place for a craft night on the weekend, our last one before we go. And so now I've made a big giant fat mess and have no idea what I'm doing. So I do know that I will be taking these tiny pink scissors and this tiny pink stapler. They look so very cute. I will have to put this in my checked luggage because I will get these confiscated because I want to take my journaling pouch onto the plane, but I can't take my scissors and my stapler, so these are going to have to be separated and put into my big suitcase. But they are coming. They are coming because I do need some scissors and I do need my stapler. That much I know. I am taking my sprocket printer and a whole heap of extra film. I'm actually picking up some new pack of film on Thursday when I hit the shopping center. And I'm also contemplating taking my Instax, purely because I'm the only one that has an Instax printer out of all of us, and I think having a Polaroid here and there might be really nice, but it is quite bulky and heavy. I did consider just taking my paper and then using one of the girls' sprockets because I know both Sam and Sian also own a sprocket, so I could trade this out and keep this one. This does not fit in my pouch as cute as the other one does. So this is a maybe, but the size and the weight is making it a maybe not. Even though I do love the idea of having some Polaroids, I can definitely print Polaroids when I get home and insert them. So I may very well do that because of how bulky it is. And it's got a bit of weight to it. So I kind of try to be very good about weight. So I know for sure. And my little Mako washi tape holder, I have actually run out of one of my tapes in here, so I'm going to wrap some tape today and put that, like, refill it, because I'm pretty sure these are very close to being ending too, because I've had it in my case for a while and I think it's such a cool, handy way to bring washi tape. I am taking a couple of washi sample cards, but this will be the main one. I'm going to put some graphic tape on there. I am taking 2 of my really light clips that I got in my stationery selection box to keep my pages open if needed. They literally weigh nothing, so I'm okay with taking those. And 2 will definitely be enough. I am taking a tape runner, like a small portable one, and I might actually, replace the tape that's in there because I think it's almost done, or take a refill with me. And I do know that I'm obviously taking this as my second item, so these are the only 2 things that are coming, and I haven't completely worked out exactly what I'm doing yet. I showed these in the studio vlog that's coming up, but you haven't seen them yet on this video because this one will go up first. These are just metal stencils that I picked up on the weekend with the girls from Heidi Swap, I believe. And they're very comparable to the Midori ones. So these were credit card size. They were $20 and they are metal, as you can see and hear. So I'm going to be taking those in my this is my planner at the moment, so my travelers the train station one, and this is the insert that I'm going to take in my junk journal, and they obviously fit quite happily in there. So they're very portable, very handy. I was going to stick them in the back of there, but I didn't want to bulk it out. But I will put my little metal Midori ones in the back. I've got my little cloth. I've got my palette with my Sailor Moon bees. I found the pink one today when I was tidying up, so I've put them both there. Got my swatches. And so I haven't completely worked out everything that I'm going to be putting into this little case. That's one of the things. I don't like how this is getting all scratched up, which is why Marissa put fabric there, which I should probably do the same. Maybe I'll get her to send me another picture of hers so I can see what I'm doing wrong, but that is where I'm at. So I need to take some things. I don't want to take too much because I'm going to buy stuff there, but I also want to make sure that I have enough to get by. I want to take some mild liners because I think they're really handy. I want to take some colored pencils, a couple of sketching pens. I know for sure my pink color Eno is going to come, and my eraser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty out this pouch and clean it out a little bit, so I can sort of get a semblance of where I'm going, because I think some of the colored pencils in here are the ones that were swatched out on that card, because they did stay all together. So a whole heap of the stuff that I considered taking is literally in here because I scooped everything up and chucked it in here. Not the most concise way. I know I did a really aesthetically pleasing video last time I went to Japan, but today we're just going to be chatty, so you should get your journal out and play. I'm not taking any paint pens. No paint pens are coming. I don't want them to explode on the plane, and also some of my paint pens are really playing up at the moment. They're just not, they're not working very well. I think they're starting to dry up from the heat and the heater, but they're getting really nasty nibs. Maybe I just need nib replacements. I don't know, but a couple of my shades are really gross at the moment. So no paint markers are coming. I know that much. So these can go back onto my desk and be cleared up, because my desk is a literal chaotic, crazy mess at the moment.
For better days to come and carry us like wind in our sails. Hold on tight, I can smell the shore, it's right in front of us if we just hold on tight. This vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore. getting closer every dawn. We are dreamers of the shore when we can't read the sky. We just sail with the wind that we've got. And when we're drowning in doubt, just keep on believing. We are dreamers of the shore.
I'm literally putting all the castaways into the pouch so that they are off my desk. I still need to pack a few other little odds and ends into my little Delphonics pouch, which I will do in a minute. But I just wanted to get rid of some of the chaos that's sort of happening as I try and pick through the things that I want to take and not take. It may seem like I'm taking an unusual amount of colored pencils, but the colored pencils were something that I used a lot on my last trip. They're really easy to use in the airplane. I just was happily using those last trip, and I remember thinking I need to make sure that I take a decent amount. I only took the Jane Davenport pencils last time and they were fine. They were great. I used them quite happily, but I just wanted to have a couple more options. I don't have a white gel pen in there yet, so I need to sort of think about that. I'm not taking my brass pencils. Glue stick. There's a whole heap of pens down here. I've got to test all my white ones because I have so many, because they are so not trustworthy. Like, they're so finicky. The damn white gel pens are the worst. I feel like I go through so many because I just can't get a proper one to work, and it's really annoying. Okay, so let's see which one's got the most juice in it. So this one's very streaky. Stab myself in the hand, as is this one, but it's got a bit more. This one's got nada. Let's see, this one. They're all kind of crappy. This one's probably the best out of the bunch. White gel pens, man. They either work amazingly and they do a fantastic job, or they work like crap. And I seem to live my life in the land of crap white pens at the moment. Okay, so I've got those. I need to work out my paintbrushes for my palette. Got my sprockets. Sprocket does fit in this pouch here, like this side pocket, quite happily, which is fantastic. Got my spare, what do you call it, film in there, but I will pick up some more while I'm out on Thursday. I don't want to overload it so much that it's just out of this. It's just ridiculous. I have so many swatches, and then I've got the girls did swatches of all the paint palettes when we were working out what to put in their little palettes. I feel like I've got swatch cards everywhere. I may actually make a collage sheet out of just all the swatches, because I think that'd be cute. A background, or overlay it onto something, because I think there's some cool stuff about swatch life. So there's all those. These will go in a little separate pouch because I can't take them onto the plane without getting them confiscated. I'm not taking my mini data because I've already made my little daily pages. I do need to pack my eraser. So I've got this in here, and I have this thin one goes into my my leather Superior Labor one, so I'll do a separate bit for that and what I'm filling with that. This is my pencil. I will sharpen that before I go, but it will just hang out here on the side. And this one is my ballpoint pen, so that one will also go in there. So they will be happily in there. Actually, I might even put them on the inside so that I do not lose them, because I would be devastated if I lost my little pen. So they're just tucked into that little pocket down there. I got double-sided tape in there. I think I might grab a small travel glue stick. I've only got really, really large ones, and I've got this Pitt one, but I haven't used it before. And I'm not sure of how good a stick it actually is. So that's kind of why I'm a bit umming and ahhing whether I use it or not. So let me just give it a quick test before I decide that it's made the cut. Before I decide that it's made... Ooh, polka dots. Nice. Since that's a cute polka dot thing. Let's find you a home. Let's see if you're any good or whether you're staying home. Yeah, pretty decent. Okay. How much is in there? Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. With the double-sided tape and this, I think that'll be quite fine. So all I need to do is make some washi cards with some of my like bolder black and white tapes, and probably just one washi card actually, because I'll end up purchasing washi even though I bought my weight in washi last time. I think besides a water brush, which I will probably pop in there because I'm taking these brushes, but if I watercolor it all on the go, I don't have any source of water. And obviously this and this, and that is pretty much me to go. And then all I have left to do is to fill up these, this guy, and make my little acetate. Oh my goodness, make my little acetate thing for my little clips. So I will need to go and search for some acetate or some like plastic packaging that I've got lying around, because I do tend to keep a lot of that stuff, but I'm wondering if the stuff that I've got is going to be like strong enough to hold the acetate, hold the clips in the palette. So I have to go for a bit of a meander, and I just heard my microwave go off, which means it's time for me to go and get my tops, my pink dyeing tops out of... We've got actually no idea what I'm talking about because you haven't seen the studio vlog yet. So I've just got to go pull some t-shirts off the stove. I picked this up in Japan last trip, and it is like a writing board, but I reckon I could, like, it's brand new. I literally just took it out of its packaging. I think I can chop some of it down to be able to do the acetate thing, and at least it's hecka cute. And I don't feel bad in cutting it down because, one, I don't think I'm going to need a writing board this big. It is quite large. So if I just stick to this down section here, I've still got all that up there. I may have to use my big cutter, my big guillotine, because it is quite thick. So it'll do the job. It's just trying to cut it down will be an interesting measure. So I'm trying to think, where do I want to... because these three are my favorite, but obviously it's too small to get them all. But I could get those ones in there. And I'd have to mark it out with like a Sharpie or something. And then cut it down on my guillotine and hope that it cuts That's the other thing that I'm worried about it not cutting. I might get my Tim Holtz scissors, which I know cut through a lot of things. My big ones are somewhere, my small ones are in the bedroom. So I might go grab them and trace this out and cut it down, and then start working on putting stuff into this baby right here. But I thought, well, it's been sitting here for over a year. It's been in its packaging. It hasn't been used. So why not cut it and put it to some good use, and I'll be able to still use the whole top part as a writing board for different sizes. Okay, I have filled it up. I did it off camera because I was just fiddling around and pulling things in and out. So I thought I'd just show you the finished product. My little cloth is going to get caught in that zipper. So this is what it looks like here. As you can see, this is the little board with the clips on it, and it's like that so that when you have it open and you're using it, and I cannot take any credit for this, this was all Marissa's idea, and I think she got it from someone else from memory. These little clips here keep your palette open like that, and you can just use it as open. I think she has a secondary cloth which she puts under here to protect her leather from memory, but I think this is mainly if you're like painting on the go and you want to have all your things sort of open. But if I'm going to be painting, I would have this out of it, but there, it's just there if you want to have the option. I used my Ollie clip to secure my little cloth, and this is to also keep this bit of my leather from getting all hammered by all the clips and things. I've got my little palette, what do you call it, swatch brain, so that's just secured under there. This is from Daiso. I bought a couple of little pink, or not pink, I bought a couple of cloths with different sort of looks, and I cut this one down with the cats on it. I've also got like circus bears and things. I decided to actually put my Midori, my Traveller's Factory ballpoint in there. I think it's just really handy. I've also got a sepia drawing pen, and this came in the stationery selection box. It's waterproof and fade proof. So let me grab a piece of paper, so you can see there a nice thick brown line. I also have my eraser in here, and that is in the aluminium, and that's from the Mono Zero range, which is my favorite. Like, I have all their erasers. They're my favorite to use, so I have them in all different variations. So I have that. I have my brush here, which I put the clip on again from Marissa, and I can't seem to find another clip for my other paintbrush, so this one's just got it on it for now. This one is the size 2, which is my very first one, and I also packed, pretty sure this is the size 4. So I've got those two. I was going to put the chunkier one in, and I can definitely put that in when the palette is closed. So you can see once I pull it off the clips and pop it back in there, the bigger brush does fit just down the side. So that can go in there, and that size I'm pretty sure is my 8. Yep, so that's my 8 Escoda travel brush, my favorites. I've got my pink Color Eno pencil for some sketching. I was thinking about putting a lead pencil in, but I generally enjoy sketching in pink. I will need to put in my pink leads into my pouch, and it sounds like there's no other leads in here besides what's in the nib, so I will fill that up before I go. And I've also got my 2 Traveller's Factory stencils in the numbers and the alphabet. So I just think that that is got enough for me to need if I want to just sketch on the go or paint or anything of that nature, make some art while we're sitting there. This will be definitely exactly what I need. I'd probably be more inclined to bring this out on the plane as well because it's so compact. I've got a sketching pencil, I've got an eraser, I've got a waterproof pen, ink, and I've got a black ballpoint. All things that I would definitely just use and really enjoy all of these. The only one I haven't had too much experience with is the Micron pen, but I know Micron as a brand, so it wasn't too... I didn't put anything in here that I wasn't familiar with. I did have a white gel pen in here at one stage, but I'm honestly having so much trouble with my white gel pens that it feels like I would be more frustrated with it than not. I also did think about putting in washi samples behind. I still may do that because if I have this on its own, it'd be nice to sort of tape something in or a piece of ephemera to my journal if I've got it. So I can definitely grab a bit more of the this, which I may do from down the bottom, and add like a little washi sample card and just slip that behind because there is the room. And then add like some of my graphic tape and my like hot pink tape and that sort of stuff. So add a couple of lines of that when I've got my little Mako washi thing in here. So that is, how did I get a mark on that already? Oh no, no, oh, making it worse. It's because my palette's got crap on it, isn't it? It probably is from that, but oh well, oh well, it's just how it is. It's just how it is, guys. It is a working tool. Oh, just believe it when I say it's fine. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. I'm more so telling myself than telling you guys, but I think it zips up just fine. I gotta make sure that that little corner of that fabric doesn't get caught in that zipper. That's the only thing that I'm gonna see being an issue. Might tuck it under there for now. Zips up just great. Still super, it's a little bit warped, but it's got enough stuff in it. If it's got no pressure on the zip, which is what I'd be more inclined to worry about. And I've got my pouch of things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and do a swatch of everything in my travel journal, and then that will basically be it for this video. Very chatty, but I do love talking about supplies, and I do really love packing for trips like this because I try and get, I feel like I've taken more supplies this time than I did last time, but maybe not. Maybe not, because I did take my pen roll last time and this, and so I'm essentially doing the same thing, but I feel like this is a lot more compact than the pen roll. We shall see. I have no idea what the girls have decided to pack. We didn't even consider chatting about what everyone was taking. All I know is they'll have the little travel palettes because they filled them up on the weekend. So let's get into my journal and do some swatches somewhere, or maybe I'll do them on a separate piece of paper, and then I will just add it to my journal where I think it's a good idea, because I'd also like to take a couple of photographs, kind of like I do with my supply documentation. I think I'd want to do something very similar, but for now I'm just going to do the swatches because this video is already 100 million years long. So swatch time. Have some of this watercolor paper that I'd obviously decided that I was going to bind into an insert that never, that's the insert that never made it. So I thought that I would have a dedicated page in here for swatches, and that also means that when I'm out and about with my journal, which I definitely will be, that was one thing I didn't do while I was around, was do some swatches. Well, I did, but like I had them on just the swatch paper there, so it'd be nice to have like an actual swatch page that I could swatch supplies while I'm out, and maybe put it towards the back. I wonder if it would fit on this page. Maybe if I made it slightly smaller, I could just make it on the back page itself. No, that's way too small. Where can I put it? Maybe I'll put a tab on it and have it in here somewhere, like, or have it in the center or something, and then when I finish, I can put it somewhere more prominent or less prominent, or cut it up, or I could put a tab on it. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But I thought this would be a great place to sort of just add all my swatches of my supplies, and then I can also add swatches of supplies I buy, or swatches, because I know that at the Ginza Atoya there is a whole colored pencil section, which was like my nirvana, and I would have loved to have swatched some of the pencils just to trial and see certain colors and all that sort of thing. So I think that I'll definitely, and I know we're also going to make our own fountain pen ink. We're going to pigment, and we're going to do a lot of art supply related things. So I think a designated swatch page is probably super smart, feels smart. IQ 100 right now. So I will get all my supplies out and I'll obviously write down what each thing is, even though that just makes, I like just looking at swatches, not knowing exactly what they are. But then I see people like Sian who makes her swatch pages and writes out every single thing that they are. And it's probably way more informative that way than me just enjoying color. But I do really enjoy the color. So let me just get all my pens out and put them into groups. So I've got pencils and pens. I think they're and my mild liners, because I wanted a couple of markers, but I didn't want to take any Copic markers with me or any zigs with me. I do, like I said, I do have quite a few colored pencils, but that's because they're my jam. That's not too many, is it? I'm pretty sure everyone's nodding their head going, Courtney, you're a hoarder. You're a hoarder and I'm okay with that. Well, I'm okay with that. It fits in the small pouch and that's oh my god, I can feel Romany tell me off already. Why are you packing so many supplies and you're not going to use them? Because I can.
Seems like forever since we've been together. Oh God, I miss you bad. And I read your letters and look at your pictures. Oh God, I miss you so bad. It's been so long, I know, but I'm finally coming home. Till then I'm dreaming of your heart, your eyes, our love. Darling, I can't wait till I see your face.
And that is all my stuff that I'm going to take to Japan for this trip. I think it's a decent amount of stuff. I don't think I've overpacked. I do probably think I've overpacked. Oh, I didn't do my color Eno. But I think I've got a decent amount of stuff. I've got a good range of colored pencils. I think they're going to be really good. I'm going to get an elastic band for those so that they're not sort of rolling around. I also need to sharpen some of them. Like this blue is really blunt, so I will definitely sharpen that before I go, because I can feel Nikki telling me off for my blunt pencil. She's always telling me off. But that is me packed and done for supplies for Japan. I think that is pretty much it. If I can think of anything else, I'll let you know, but I'll let you know in the studio vlog if I added anything to it. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to live out of this for the next week, except for when I do one project for a video. But for all the other arts making stuff, I'm going to use this because I need to get acquainted with it and see what art I can make with these supplies. So I hope you have a wonderful day, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.
I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today. And I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of